Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Thought I'd take a little bit of a different approach today because I want to show you what exactly is happening. We've been talking so much about what's going on up over Alaska and in the Arctic and about the locked up vortexes. And what I'm going to show you here is how the atmosphere changes by looking at the change in the anomaly of the temperature. So in other words, whether it's below normal or above normal. And below normal temperatures reflect the cold atmosphere, also reflect the cold vortex that is dominating. And as we move through time, I want to just show you, right here, now this is starting this weekend on Saturday, you see that little area of above normal, and it begins to spread and increase. Now, this is really what's going on here at the surface is indicative of what's going on aloft, and that is that the vortex here is weakening, and this is shown by all the warming that's occurring in the atmosphere. And then as we move through time, you can see that warming actually increases. By this happening, we start to see a little displacement of cold air further south, and this is northwest Canada. And then as we move along, that now we're into Christmas week, and you can see the temperatures kind of revert back closer to normal, but we don't have that extreme below normal cold to deal with. So that's one sign that there's a little bit of a difference going on in terms of the action in the upper atmosphere. Now I'm going to switch to the Jetstream, the wider view first, so you can see it here illustrated again. And I'm going to roll back. Now look at the fire that is eastern Canada and the eastern part of the United States right here. And we're now into Sunday. This huge area of much above normal temperatures that runs from Texas all the way up to Newfoundland and to the northeastern provinces of Quebec. And in the meantime, you can see, temperatures a little bit below normal in Canada, northwest Canada, and over Greenland, again, indicative of that locked up vortex. But then you start to change, and you notice, by the way, you can also notice that as this area increases, our above normal area here decreases. So they do go together. It's not a straight correlation, because now we have another weather system coming through. So that brings us above normal for a day or so. And then looks like we're closer to normal as we go into the weekend of the 19th and 20th. Then another weather system through the Great Lakes brings above normal temperatures for a day ahead of it, which makes sense. And you see temperatures as we go into Christmas closer to, or actually even a little bit below normal for a couple of days here as being indicated. A couple of takeaways, at least with respect to what's going on up here. We don't see the fierce below normal temperatures, so perhaps there's a little bit of relaxation going on as we go through time. A little bit less of an extreme here in terms of the above normal, below normal setup. And now I'm going to show you the Jetstream for the same level. And let's go back. And you can see we've got, of course, now we're going into this weekend with this big ridge in the east. Big surprise there. Troughing in the west. You can see here 1, 2, 3. The vortex is all locked up. And then now there's that warming that occurs. See that ridge? It kind of goes by. That causes the warming that you saw up earlier. Meanwhile, we have another deep trough here and some ridging in the east, but not really crazy ridging at the end of the week. So that might allow for at least a little bit of cooling back toward normal. And then going into next weekend, you have more of a signature deep trough that develops. So this is coming straight from the north. So this is going to be a decent shot of cold air that comes in, if this is right, and comes in for the very beginning of Christmas week. It would be fairly cold with this. And then that lifts up, and then you have the next trough that's moving in, a little bit of ridging ahead of it, which is no surprise. I'm going to be watching what happens up here again because, if we have a breakdown of the vortex, if it is going to pop up back again, then this is just a temporary thing that we're seeing and just a blip in the overall long-term pattern that's been established now for a good 7 weeks. By the way, I'm going to do a little research on this because I find it interesting. I have to tell you, I'm not really, it's been a learning progress for me as far as a lot of the long-range stuff is concerned. I'm not too well-versed, and some people are really well-versed, and they've been pointing out that this pattern that we're in actually looks more La Nina-ish as opposed to El Nino-ish. So I'm going to do a little research to see what that implies for us. But it's very interesting that we have this extreme El Nino if it's actually producing features that you would normally see in a La Nina. But nonetheless, want to do a little research on that and see what that all means. So in the meantime, this is we'll wait to see what the next run does, and enjoy your day and enjoy the warm temperatures, because you know what? It's in the 60s. You're going into some heavy shopping time. At least you can run around without a coat and be comfortable.